What up, what up? This is Finance Fitness to Folk. Channel we discuss finance, a little bit of fitness, talk about some folk. So in today's episode, I'm going to discuss why the wealthy don't look wealthy. So admin notes, thanks again to all subscribe to the channel. I endeavor to keep pushing the video out, give you leverage, debate yourselves. So it's a Saturday morning. It was a really steady mist outside. Supposed to rain like around 11 o'clock today. It's roughly about 10 o'clock right now. So I said, let me go and get out here and weather this storm. Not really a storm, but running the mist. It is very humid, so even though it was kind of cool when I came outside, I probably could have stood to just wear a t-shirt instead of a sweater, but it's fine, it's all good. The sweating is going to take the water weight off anyway, you know what I mean? But that's word to the wise, you know what I'm saying? Like I know this video is about, the wealthy don't look wealthy, but you have to look fit as well, you know what I'm saying? Like the wealthy, they constantly staying in shape. They're constantly thinking about their health, right? So if you want to change your mindset to a wealthy mindset, you need to really think about your health. You know what I'm saying? If you're obese, if you're overweight, you need to lose weight. You know what I'm saying? If you eating bad, you need to stop eating bad and start eating good. I don't eat good all the time. I will admit that. You know what I'm saying? But I am very conscious about what I put in my body, and I also fast a lot. So that's just a caveat. You know what I'm saying? I'll go more in depth into that in another video. But let's get into it. So why do I say the wealthy don't look wealthy? Well, take some examples of folks that are extremely wealthy, right? Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Grant Cardone, which I know a lot of folks can't stand because of his attitude. If you don't know who Grant Cardone is, look him up, do your own research, but he's definitely is a very wealthy individual. Rap stars that are extremely wealthy, like Jay-Z and even Rick Ross. Rick Ross is very wealthy, you know what I'm saying? Because he has a lot of franchises. Athletes. Just folks that are extremely wealthy, you know what I'm saying? They don't look the part, meaning that, when you see these folks in public, they may clean up, if they're going to an event, if they're going to an award show, something like that, you know what I'm saying? They're not walking around like they just a bum or something like that, you know what I'm saying? They're not doing that. But a Kanye West, for example, you know what I'm saying? You see how crazy his style is. I think that's just his style to begin with, you know what I mean? But, these folks don't really care about their appearance to a certain degree as far as what they wear on their body, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be what kind of trousers they wear, what kind of shirts they wear. If they out in public just chilling, they don't have chains on. They don't have a whole bunch of jewelry on, you know what I'm saying? They don't have the fly shoes on. They don't do that, you know what I'm saying? It's not even a second thought to them. They don't dress extremely wealthy, you know what I'm saying? They don't waste their money on clothes, you know what I'm saying? When you see folks going into Louis Vuitton and Gucci, Prada, Dolce Gabbana, all these high-end places, yes, folks that go in there got a little bit of change in their pocket. I totally agree with that, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you know what I'm saying, wealthy men, and I'm talking about men. I can't really speak on extremely wealthy women, you know what I'm saying? But I know extremely wealthy men, they're not shopping at those places, you know what I'm saying? They might be investing in those places, whatever, to get a return, right? But they're not really shopping for clothes and accessories in those places. A lot of times, they're just not, you know what I'm saying? You got Louis Vuitton and all these high-end places where where they get their money from? They get their money from poor people and the middle class. That's really the bulk of their income, you know what I'm saying? They're laughing all the way to the bank while you're buying stuff that is damn near taking your whole check away. You know what I'm saying? Just to look apart, you know what I'm saying? Don't look the part, be the part, you know what I'm saying? Be wealthy, you know what I'm saying? Take some classes, do some research, read some books, get a mentor, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to look wealthy when you're not wealthy. This doesn't make sense. It's an oxymoron. You know what I'm saying? You're walking around here looking like you're a whole lie. You really are. You know what I'm saying? The wealthy don't dress and they don't look wealthy. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we can always argue that it's somewhat of a safety issue. But I mean, if you're extremely wealthy, for the most part, you're pretty famous. You're not a person that's obscure. You know what I'm saying? Now there is some billionaires that I could probably name off right now that you've never heard before. You've probably never seen them before. But entertainers that are like that, I mean, of course, they're in the limelight all the time. You know what I'm saying? And when you see these folks in the limelight all the time, they don't look extremely wealthy. You know they are because of what they do, and what they're what's up. You know they're wealthy because of what they do and because of their influence. But for the most part, like if these folks were not like in the limelight, you wouldn't know that these folks were wealthy. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the wealthy mindset. That's the way it is. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't really tell you the reason why these folks don't dress the part, because extremely wealthy people, if they were to go to places like this, what they're buying is like a drop in the bucket. And also, let's look at this as well. You know what I'm saying? Like when you buy things like that, those things appreciate over time. A lot of times they don't go down in value. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why, I could buy my wife a Louis Vuitton bag and could damn near sell it more than what I paid for it later on. You know what I'm saying? Because if that particular line is not being made anymore, that particular purse, and I put it online or whatever, you know what I'm saying, folks that never got it are going to pay the money for it. You know what I'm saying? So, to a certain degree, when you see folks going in high-end stores like this and buying stuff, not clothes necessarily, but like accessories, that stuff appreciates over time. You know what I'm saying? If I got a Rolex on, that stuff appreciates over time. I can sell it for probably a higher price later on in life. You know what I'm saying? So there is something to say as far as like buying things like that as an investment. You know what I'm saying? So for these folks to buy stuff like that, it's not hurting their pockets at all. You know what I'm saying? Like literally they're taking less than 1% of their income to buy a Gucci bag. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like burning money away. You know what I'm saying? So they could do these things, but what's the reason why they don't do these things? What's the reason why they don't look the part? You know what I'm saying? It's a mindset. You know what I'm saying? What they're really telling people is that, what I look like is not as important as my bank account. Let me say that again. What they're telling people is that what I look like on the outside does not matter as much as what my bank looks like on the inside. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They're putting their money, they're putting their money back into themselves, and they're reinvesting in themselves. You know what I'm saying? They're taking every penny they have and they're moving the money to where they want to move it to. You know what I'm saying? And they're making sure that they're not wasting money. That's really what it boils down to. They look at looking extremely wealthy as a waste of money because it doesn't appreciate over time. You know what I'm saying? Like if I wear a pair of pants for some years, now I could go in that. I can go into that as well to a certain degree, because sometimes jeans can appreciate over time too. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the 80s when there was a shortage of jeans, there's some reports and there's some stories about folks going overseas to Europe, and people were buying jeans off of people's body. They literally was telling folks walking down the street, "Hey, look, I'll buy you jeans for such and such." And sure enough, you know what I'm saying, as long as they had shorts under their jeans, they would give the jeans up, because it was that much of a shortage. It was that much of a need for jeans over there. It sounds crazy and ridiculous, but that really happened. You know what I'm saying? I read, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, these things that I've been telling y'all, I'm constantly reading. I'm constantly elevating myself, and I'm constantly putting information into my head, because I got a bad memory now. You know what I'm saying? So I want to keep myself abreast about things as much as possible. But I'm telling you, y'all, the wealthy don't look wealthy. You know what I'm saying? They really don't. You know what I'm saying? Do your research. You know what I'm saying? Tell them if I'm lying. They don't look wealthy. You know what I'm saying? They don't, I'm not going to say they look like bums, but they look like your average Joe walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? And it's a mindset. Their mind is not on what they look like. Their mind is on money. That's really what it boils down to. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is with building wealth is that when you study people that are wealthy, and you study how wealthy people think, then doesn't it make sense for you to do the same thing they're doing? You know what I'm saying? If what they're doing works, then you should be doing the same thing they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So why is it that we have all these people walking around here looking like $1 million? You know what I'm saying? And barely got savings. They barely got any money in the bank. You know what I'm saying? But they look good. You know what I'm saying? They make smell good. You know what I'm saying? But they don't put money back into themselves for an investment. You looking like $1 million is not an investment. You know what I'm saying? It really isn't. Even if you're going there for looking like $1 million on a job, or you're looking like $1 million, you know, going on a date with a girl, you know what I'm saying, being a guy. How long can you sustain that? You know what I'm saying? Because eventually you're going to be exposed if you cannot maintain that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So once again, the wealthy don't look wealthy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it makes sense for us to change our mindset to how wealthy people think. If we want to be wealthy, we need to change our mindset. And the mindset that wealthy people have is that I don't want to look like $1 million. I just want to have $1 million. All right. So if you want me to discuss a topic that you think that would be valuable to the channel, send me an email at finitefitnessfolk.com. finitefitnessfolk@gmail.com. I don't do edits. I will when I blow up. You know what I'm saying? finitefitnessfolk@gmail.com. My email address is in the description below. Finite Fitness and Folk. Triple F. I'm gone.